Hey man, you need to hear this. If you're looking for fast, cheap, and reliable MUT coins, I highly recommend to check out my sponsor, DMC, Discount MUT Coins, and use code 187 for 10% off at checkout.
Out here, I know we're in California. Jay and Drini, who is going to be the champion of the Jags? Put 20 minutes on the clock. We're about to find out if Drini can get a dub here and go over 200 grand for his career earnings. Scott Cole-Pavin with you as we're going to kick it away. And Drini will start with it first. And there's a big hit to start us off.
Yeah, right on the kickoff, a big hit, something you don't want to see if you're Drini.
Here's the playbooks. We talked about the Panthers offense. That's why he's got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, heavy Panther plus QB draw combo is going to be very difficult to stop. Look for Lamar to make plays.
And there's the meta, the Raiders offense along with that Dolphins D.
Yeah, that Raiders playbook is the best playbook in the game. So many different formations, so many different plays, and Drini's going to use all of them.
Trini 58-16 in the MCS. Has made 7 major appearances, winning 2 belts, while Jay is 14-8. And he could actually kind of double up his money here if he can get a huge win. This would be an upset for Jay. No disrespect, but Drini's been powerful.
Yeah, definitely. And overall, I think this is going to be a great game to watch.
Can I do one thing on the depth chart? Yeah. All right, appreciate it.
Trini asking for the go to the depth chart. We talked about the history being made. He represented the Broncos, then the Cowboys, and then if he can do it here, he will have 3 years, 3 different clubs as club champs.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad that he got out of the AFC West in the Broncos division.
Well, he had the Broncos, huge Broncos fan. He gets signed by Complexity, who's with the Cowboys, and of course he's doing this one for his buddy True. Yes. 1st and 10 from the 34. I formation here for Drini. And Portis forced back inside, and he'll lose a yard.
Yeah, something I see very early is Ryan Shazier at fullback and Deion Jones at tight end. So they have that high impact blocking, and plus he's saving some cap right there using defensive players on offense.
I'm sure that's why you wanted to go to the depth chart. They can make that adjustment. Get those guys in there. 2nd and 11. If I was Jay, I'd be like, nah. Can I go to the depth chart? No. Cost you a timeout. Hit that pause button. Rivers looking downfield. And Phillip will dump it down to A. That's Grant with a spin move off the playmaker. And he'll run out of bounds at the 38.
Yeah, right there. Everything seemed to be bottled up, but he had sent his player in coverage right there. I would have just kept him right there. Phillip Rivers is going to have to get 5 yards over me sending that spy or that zone coverage defender.
He's not known for his running. For a man that has 57,000 yards passing for Phillip Rivers, who's an impending free agent coming up in the new year. 1st and 10. After the big play by Grant. Drini at the 38. Hands it off to Clint Portis. Portis with a block. Can he get outside Jabril? No.
And I also noticed right now that he has Devin White at his other tight end spot. So he's definitely got these defensive players with this high run block, in these running sets. Something I'm pretty sure he's lapped up and prepared.
90 seconds already gone by here in the 1st quarter. High formation once again. Portis.
Good.
There was a time where we went over and goes. Did.
Yeah, that's easier. And even I think people were using Buchanan at tight end. It was just a good scheme.
Good times. 3rd and 4 coming up. Ball at the 33. This would be a big stop for Jay. Anytime you could hold Drini to a field goal is a win. Remember, because low cap for Jay on defense. I mean, he's just trying to, if he can hold him to 3 with that low cap, what I'm trying to say is that would be good for Jay because he's got a powered up offense. Here is a quick touch pass, and Ross will pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, and he just pulls that touch pass out of his back pocket right there. It looked like he could have maybe stopped him, but, he just had gotten out of there. If you're Jay, that's a little frustrating. That would have been a hold to 3 for sure.
Palomalu on the stop just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line now. We're in the final. Here are the Jags. We got Colts coming up at 5:30 Eastern time. We'll have that tournament in its entirety. So all 3 games, semis and finals for the Colts.
Something we've seen all tournament long is this Clint Portis with ability. Drini is not using ability, so let's see if he could, you know, still be very effective with them.
2nd and 6. Hand it off to Portis. Portis gets a block, and he's in. Touchdown, Drini.
Yeah, right there, Jay had it clicked R1 and, you know, trying to set up that run defense. When that happens, when the play is called, the defender will strip and, you know, just be completely taken out of the play, thus leading to that touchdown run by Drini.
Most of these guys coming through the PlayStation 4 side of things. Jay with that Xbox controller, though. And he's going to get the ball for the first time. Tyreek will bring it out to the 23. Here's that touchdown run again.
Yeah, no one out over there. The edge was completely sealed off. You know, 2 defenders just got completely blocked off. Wide open touchdown run.
So now Jay will have to answer. If it gives up a touchdown on the opening drive, 141. They go here in the first.
I'm excited to see how Drini plays against this heavy Panther and QB draw type of look. It's a very powerful offense that, you know, usually ends up resulting in high-scoring games. So I'm ready to see what he has in store.
So many competitive players avoided the Jags because they knew Drini would be waiting somewhere along the journey. Jay said to himself, I could probably make the final. There's so many people not signed up. It's like Drini only. Well, here he is with a chance.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, there's always people thinking about one player. You got to realize there's 3 other spots in the club series final.
He's already doubled up his money already with the win yesterday, and Lamar will get to the 22.
Yeah, right there. He came out in the Wildcat type look, tried to catch him off guard, and Drini was having none of that.
What a season Lamar Jackson Jr. is having.
Can't wait for him to get an updated card. Definitely cannot wait.
Some people in the chat would be excited about that. And some not so much.
Yeah, exactly.
2nd and 11. And Pollard. Big time hit as Telvin Smith comes flying through.
Yeah, Drini looks like he's super prepared for this, and, you know, he's just ready to lock everything up.
I take that back. That was Ryan Shazier, the 2-way player, coming in with a big hit. 3rd and 14 already. That is not good if you're in the Panther heavy. Jackson will put it outside. Pollard, can he get a block? He does. And that's going to make it 4th and manageable. The ball at the 30. I think you're playing Drini. You got to go every time.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a great play right there. Get your nasty streak out there, block for you. Fortunately for him, Pollard is just, he's fast, but he's just not going to break any type of tackles. So 4th and 3 upcoming.
That's a reminder, we're playing on the previous patch, not the one that came out this week. We'll see that debuted in 2 weeks as we make our way into the north side of things in the AFC and the NFC. And a lot of that's just because these guys needed time to practice. It's not fair to practice on one patch and all of a sudden you drop a patch. So good call by the competitive community as we move into the 2nd quarter. A 7-0 game. Trini with the lead.
QB blast the first time he ran it. Positive yards right there. 1st down. Expected him to keep going to this QB blast.
Lamar Jackson once again. That'll move the chains across midfield. Of course, Lamar Jackson winning the Heisman there with Louisville. Deshaun Watson deserved it, but I'll save it for the podcast. And out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 3 carries for 35 for Lamar.
Yeah, and this offense is so much cap on that, so that, like, he could basically do whatever he wants if it's not working. Right now, his QB is kind of tired. He's more than likely going to hand this ball off to Tony Pollard.
1st and 10. Lamar will go up under center. See that Dave Casper. Tight end. Haven't seen a lot of him in this tournament so far. Gets a block, and Pollard will get a yard.
He could have possibly cut that to the outside. It was just a little. It was kind of hard to get out of that one. That was good defense.
I'm going to say that was half a yard for Pollard. Dave Casper, if you don't know, played for John Madden for the Oakland Raiders. 1974 draft pick. 2-time Super Bowl champ. And what a move! Cut it back for Jay. And pinning the PAT. We're going to be tied.
Yeah, and right there we saw another touch pass. Drini had ran down his first drive. Jay comes back and says, I have a touch pass of my own.
8 plays, 75 yards for Jay himself. And you kind of saw by his cap that maybe we were going to get into sort of a back and forth in this one.
Yeah,
Look at this run again, Pavin.
Yeah, everything completely going to plan right there. He had his nasty streak out there, and Lamar kind of just, you know, he didn't block him, but he got in the way, enough of the way to make that a 7-7 ball game.
Go down officially as a pass. Nevertheless, 6 points either way. 7-7. Now a little bit of pressure back on Drini. There's a block from Shazier. Got away from one, but couldn't get away from the secondary hit. And that's just a yard.
This ball game may be a ball game that's decided to who gets 7 points and who gets 3.
Torrey Holt in motion. Got 2 guys from NC State, Rivers and Holt. And Portis, nothing there on the edge. That'll push them back. 3rd and 10.
And if you see that for Jay, you're definitely encouraged. You got him on a 3rd and 10 after Troy Apke, a 28 cap player, one of your budget players, is making a great play in the run. He needs to lock up right here.
Trini's been here for a long time today. Remember, he came up, watched his brother come up a little short in the Saints club final. And forces in. Troy Polamalu says, give me that.
Wow, what a incredible lurk right there. He had kind of baited the slant. Something I know about Drini, he always likes to throw those slants over those posts over the middle. And, you know, it kind of shows that, you know, Jade knows his lab work and watches film a lot.
And now Jay with a chance to come down here and maybe take the lead on a QB power that takes it to the 34.
And right here for Jay, I'm kind of, you know, going to milk this clock because he does get the ball at half.
I don't know if it was a blast or a power. Nevertheless, it's 8 yards. See if he goes to Pollard here. Tight ends for days. One of them is a nasty streak, Joe Thomas. As Nick said earlier, maybe on his farewell tour, as nasty streak will not work at the tight end and wide receiver positions in competitive play starting in 2 weeks. And here comes a big 3rd and 3.
Something I would have liked to see right there is something that happened last game. I wanted him to go to that 2-minute warning without having to call a play.
And Lamar stumbling his way through, falls forward a bit to the 34, and that'll make it a 51-yarder as we have a timeout. And that's going to be taken by Drini. 1 remaining with 1:53 to go. And Jay looks like he might go for this.
Yeah, the way he went out and got in his offense immediately shows that he knows he could get this first down.
Maybe not comfortable with the distance either. He'll get back in the gun.
Oh, wow. We saw Vita Vea right there jump offsides, but thankfully for Drini, he didn't get called for going offsides.
They'll move Dave Casper in motion. 4th and 1. And he will get the first down. Gains 4, a new set of downs, and the clock's on the move.
Yeah, this heavy Panther is incredibly hard to stop. You know, even when you do kind of stuff them up, they could just go and fall forward like that had happened.
Ball at the 30, 90 seconds to go in the half. Jay still has all of his timeouts. Fakes the jet sweep, and he'll keep it for a gain of 0.
That could have been a big play for Jay right there. I had seen his nasty streak go pancake Drini's user, and you know that's the last thing you want happening to your user.
Ball at the 30-yard line here on 2nd and 10. 55 seconds to go now in the half.
Watch the tight end post.
Lamar.
Oh, what a click on!
And it will be picked off by Drini. What a user play! You called it. And he executed it in a huge turnover.
Right there, he could have thrown it, you know, way earlier, so that could have been prevented. What an actually great click on right there. You know, he has all his momentum right back.
That cost him points.
Definitely did.
He was inside field goal range, and now Drini with 1 timeout remaining, 49 seconds to go. We'll have the ball at the 13.
And if you're Drini right here, you just want to get 3, go into half with the lead. You know, who knows what could happen, you know, a broken play for 7.
Gives it to John Ross III. He sends back inside at the numbers. And he'll go no huddle.
This may be a little difficult with having a hot route master QB. You know, hot route master QBs are just, you know, dink and dunks, not really known for this type of situation. Let's see if he could put it together.
Coming up on 20 seconds to go now. Needs a big play.
Watch this X post.
And that's where he goes, Torrey Holt, and he'll step out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 41. 15 seconds to go now in the half.
I want to say that was match, and Troy Apke matched up on Torrey Holt. That's just not going to get the job done for Jay.
I mentioned before, 2 former Wolfpacks connecting. Rivers.
Same post.
And they'll fit that into Holt, and no, couldn't get his feet in bounds.
That's a very hard throw. He had Devin Bush in coverage, but just kind of hard, tight squeeze right there. Couldn't get it inbounds.
Still 1 timeout here with 9 seconds to go, so can use the whole field here at the 41. Trying to get down in field goal range. Same route, this time it's covered.
It's pretty much going to be half.
And he'll throw that up to Grant, and he can't hang on, and the first half will come to a close. 7-7. Drini gets a score on his first drive. Jay able to match. And then the second quarter sort of turned into a struggleville.
Yeah, definitely. Those first 2 drives looked very beautiful for both of them, and then that second quarter had hit, and, you know, a couple turnovers, a couple defensive stands. You know, this is going to be turning out to be a great game, it looks like.
That's why that interception was so huge, because if Jake is able to get 3 before the half, he was getting the ball right now, it would have a chance to go up 2 scores.
And by the way his offense has been looking, he could have even got 7 before half. You know, that interception was probably the biggest play of the half.
They'll run it again with Lamar. Lamar trying to get to the edge, gets around Jones, and Dion will trip him up at the 35.
Yeah, right there, Deion Jones making a great tackle. I love that item. You know, he kind of got behind him, but he had got a little low hit stick suction tackle.
That'll give him a 1st and 10. Trini's game face starting to turn into one of worry. Joe Thomas comes in motion. Jackson runs away from him, and he'll lose a yard.
That blast looked just stuffed up right there. That's a good sign for Drini's defense.
Officially 2nd and 10 as he loses a half a yard. They're on 1st down.
Watch out for Tyreek Hill on this streak. If Drini has a cover 2 shell, this may be a bomb.
Okay. Tillman turns and starts running. And Jackson just throws it away.
That was a good throwaway. Drini was all over that streak. You know, Tillman was having none of that.
That'd be a good one to break out on short yardage situation.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's something I love to do. You know, third and shorts, just go deep and catch the opponent off guard.
3rd and 10. To the air goes Lamar. And he'll throw this across midfield. Excuse me, the center of the field at the 39-yard line. And luckily, Deion Jones able to make the tackle. 4th and 5.
He had that much earlier. You know, that's Lee Smith. I don't really love the call. That's kind of like a 10 cap. You're kind of putting yourself in a risky situation throwing that.
Fourth and 5 at 39.
It's either going to be Tyreek Hill on this little slant go or the tight end post right here.
And he's going to take a flag here on 4th and 5, and I think he's going to punt it away.
I'm not mad at that call at all. He's kind of bottled him up.
There's Drini's brother, Viz, little role reversal.
Yeah, and we see Shakobi in there too, rooting for his boy Jay as well.
Tillman will take it at the 15. Pat trying to get to the 30, but he's just going to run out of bounds at the 28-yard line. And so Trini gets a stop, gets the ball back.
Let's see if he could put a great drive together right here. You know, even getting 3 would be one of the better things you could do right here.
Portis working his way to the 30-yard line, 8 carries for 29. Jay with that low cap defense has done a great job on Drini.
Yeah, and I will say, do you think Drini is possibly thinking about putting that ability on Clinton Portis and, you know, making it a little bit easier to run the ball? That's something I would be thinking about for sure.
2nd and 7. Certainly get some souped up when he has that jukebox. Rivers throws it right over the user of Jabril Peppers and Torrey Holt. all the way down to the 3-yard line. What a big play.
Yeah, that was an incredible throw right over his user. I honestly thought he was going to be able to get there, but he just couldn't. That Jabril Peppers is, you know, a little slower. Maybe if he had Troy Polamalu or Tillman, he could have made a play on that ball.
First and goal. And
touchdown.
Portis is in there, and Drini retakes the lead.
Yeah, and Drini has all the momentum right now. You know, Jay's possibly thinking about maybe going for that 4th down on that previous drive, but Drini is just putting everything together right now. 3 plays, 73 yards. You know, that Drini has all the momentum.
Came out, got the stop on the opening drive of the 3rd, and then he turns it into points. And now Jay will take it with Tyreek Hill at his own goal line, and he'll lay down at the 21. Here's the big play. Pepper's trying to get there, and what a dot.
Yeah, that Torrey Holt, I think that's an 87 overall. I'm not sure what his speed was, but it was just enough to get up behind Jabril Peppers.
Torrey Holt ran a 4.3 at the combine, had a 37-inch vertical.
Now Drini gets to do what he's best known for, his defense. Play some defense right now.
2nd and 15 after the loss of 5. Jay can't go away from what got him here. Still a lot of time left in this one. He'll motion out Smith.
Running back wheel route.
Lamar.
He had the flat for some more yardage, but you know, when people lock onto that read, that's the read they usually always throw.
The bell tolls in the Jacksonville Club Championship. 3rd and 13 coming up for Jay, trailing by a touchdown.
He's going back to the same play. Expect Joe Thomas to lead a block if he throws this running back wheel.
Jackson. And he'll force it into Smith, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. And that'll make it 4th and 8.
Yeah, Drini's definitely been locking up this pass game. You know, he's known for his great pass defense. If I was Jay, I would have maybe ran a little bit more with Lamar Jackson that drive.
The Drini click on for an interception in the first half has been the difference.
Yeah, that's the play of the game, 100%.
Big time, 4th and 8. 39 seconds to go here in the 3rd.
And you see Jay clicking through his plays, you know, probably a little indecisive about what he wants to call. Usually when something like that happens, they tend to not get the first down.
35 seconds to go now in the 3rd. Play clock running down. It's the snap off. And he has a wide open Dave Casper, the legend, the Hall of Famer. Picks up the first down.
Yeah, and that was a great route right there. Drini had been stacking those linebackers up in vert hooks and hook curls. And Jay had seen something like that and just put him on just a simple smart routed out route, and it just beat all the zones. Great play right there.
Lamar.
And he's out of there maybe.
Got some room. Big chunk of yards out to the 48.
That looked like it was going to be a lot more yardage than he had got, but that's still a great play. Move those chains for Jay.
Put your 4s up, maybe a little closer than we thought. 14-7 in favor of Drini. And Jay's got the ball here at the 48 with a chance to come down and maybe tie this thing up. Lamar squeezes his way through the line, and they're going to mark his knee down at the 46. 2nd and 4.
And then the most annoying thing about playing this type of scheme, this heavy Panther, is they're pretty much getting positive yardage almost every single play. Whether it's Lamar just falling forward or just these short little out routes, it's very difficult to play this type of offense.
Joe Thomas with that nasty streak. Remember on the previous patch. And that one goes nowhere.
Yeah, Jay has these running lanes, but he's just not making the right, you know, move. He could have maybe cut that outside, but Polamalu had met him right there.
Jags fans making their voice known here on the 3rd and 4. Trying to represent Duval. And Lamar is going to face another 4th down with under 4 minutes to go now. And here's the hurry up.
He's going to have to pass this ball, I think. He's definitely going to have to pass this ball. Expect Drini to make a user play right here.
Remember, he's got technician on Dave Casper. And he forces that one in, and Sweat will swat it. Turnover on downs.
The funny part about that is Sweat is like probably really the worst zone coverage defender he has out on the field, but since he's 6'7", he's just gonna be there in the way, swatting passes down. Great defensive stop by Drini.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10. Trini with a chance to close this thing out. Portis just rumbling his way to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and it hasn't been pretty for Portis whatsoever. 10 rushes, 37 yards, but the most important stat is that he has 2 touchdowns.
Clock ticking away. 3:10 to go now in the game. Both players with still all 3 timeouts. Drini with a win here will go over $200,000 in career earnings playing John Madden football. And Portis.
It's my fault, bro.
Jay has to lock up these next 2 plays and get the ball back. He has to. Otherwise the game might be iced away.
Jay, 31 years old from Iron Mountain, Michigan. I'm certainly taking a few L's to him on Twitter.
If I'm Jay, I got to move this Troy Polamalu down a little bit. He's at that free safety spot. He's just a little too high for me where you could just squeeze the pass in.
And Rivers sidearms it out to Grant, and Grant up the sideline. And he'll fall down at the 15 right in front of Sorensen.
That might be the ball game. Worst comes to worst, he just kicks 3 and just ices the game away. Takes all of Jay's timeouts away.
Of course, Sorensen was a quarterback in Friday Night Lights.
Did not know that.
Not the same guy. Not the same guy. 1st and 10 at the 15. 2-minute warning. Jay needs a big play. He needs something to happen here.
And how huge was that interception in the 2nd quarter? I honestly thought Jay was going to sneak away with this one. I know it was a little early, but if he would have got 7, got the ball at half, at the time, Drini wasn't able to stop those QB runs.
He was certainly in command as Portis will work his way to the 8. That'll take another 40 seconds off the clock. This will be win 59 for Drini if he can get it done.
That's incredible.
Remember, he couldn't join until he was 18. The rule was still 18 at the time.
Yeah, and I love how they implemented the you have to be 16 year, because you know that got me involved in Madden 18. That's a rule I really love a lot. Get those youngins involved.
Under a minute to go now. 1st and goal.
He's gonna need this out. This one's over. Great game, absolutely great game.
Jay still does have timeouts. He could use one here, and he will. Madden 19, you'd still be worried about maybe a blocked field goal here or something.
Yeah, definitely in Madden 19. This year, if you just get that perfect accuracy, it's going to be, there's no chance that it gets blocked.
Just have to get it on the way down. Last year you had to get it on the way up and down. And here comes the 4th and goal at the 7-yard line, 30 seconds to go.
For my first career block.
And he gets the perfect accuracy, lapped it up, made sure there's no chance of him getting blocked.
That'll put him up 10, 17-7. And Jay's gonna maybe need a kick return. He's got the guy to do it. Tyreek brings it out of his own end zone. Looking for a lane, nothing there, as Pat Tillman will take him down at the 22.
And I was completely wrong. I thought this game was going to be a shootout. After the first 2 drives, it definitely looked like it was going to be a shootout, but both players locked up. Just Drini made a couple more plays to win this ball game.
Lamar trying to get to the edge. Dion will take him down at the 19.
That's going to do it.
Drini will do it. He'll make history here in the club championship. He wins 3 straight clubs with 3 different teams. Certainly wanted this big win for personal reasons, and it was a big defensive play in the first half that brought momentum back in. You got a stop coming out of the 3rd quarter. That made all the difference. Let's take a look at the moving pictures here in the final between Jay and Trini. And Trini got us off to a start with the first score.
Yeah, I-form stretch right there. Just bounce that outside. No one there to even contest the run. And this was a great play. Tyreek Hill swerving in and out. Joe Thomas just throwing defenders out of the way.
And we had a game here in the third, but it'd be this pass right over the outstretched arms of Jabril Peppers, and Torrey Holt would take us within the 5. And after this score by Portis, Drini was destined to take this one home. As we take a look at the bracket, and we can see how Drini got it done. Able to beat Jacoby 31-7. And then Jay himself, after getting past Dream, comes up short. Just a 10-point game, maybe closer than people thought. 17-7 in favor of Drini. And hey, you won 3 in a row, and now Drini's won 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's definitely something to look for. You know, I've done the math a little bit. If I win my division, he wins his, we might match up. So that's something to look out for.
All right, maybe meeting down the road. Big win for Drini, winning 17-7. And really, you know, a lot of people were saying, hey, man, this might be a huge blowout. But Jay had multiple opportunities in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, the second quarter interception, in my opinion, was the play of the game. That pretty much set the whole game up for Drini to win.
Drini, once again, winning by 10. He's standing by with Evan.
Thanks so much, Scott. Well, I see Pop giving him a little side eye there. He's knowing you might play each other, but also that you've now joined him as a 3-time winner in a row and 3-time different clubs. How does it feel just in general to be on the mountain of success, man?
I mean, honestly, you know, I'm happy I won this club. You know, I was really looking forward to, you know, representing the Jaguars, you know, because True Boy was the first one to win the Jaguars. So,
yeah.
You know, I was definitely looking forward to doing that. And, but I was just disappointed in the way I was playing. I felt like I could have played better.
Yeah.
And, you know, just winning by 10 and, you know, showing that I can, you know, win when I'm not playing my best, I'm happy.
Yeah, and I mean, let's go more into the personal reasons why you chose the Jaguars. Can you just expand on that and why you decided this was going to be the 3rd club?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously I'm rep with Complexity. They're like super close with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, they're kind of mad that I didn't pick Cowboys. But, you know, like I said about True Way, man, you know, that dude was one of my best friends, you know, when he was here. But, you know, like I said, man, this is, you know, if I make the final 32, 16, 8, each one is for him. So, you know, this whole run's about True Boy.
That's awesome, man. And let's get back into the match. I mean, you're disappointed, but Jay was tough. You got to give him credit for that one.
Yeah, I mean, he ran a scheme that, like, I barely see. And that's why, you know, you've seen so much frustration from me, you know, like watching me on the camera. I was just disappointed that I couldn't play better, and he played good.
Well, there was a key moment in the game, and we'll take a look on the screen, where you actually threw a touchdown pass to set yourself up to get that lead over Jay. Talk me through this moment.
I just seen his user behind that route, so, you know, it was a chance that it was going to be picked off, but I had to take the chance because, you know, he's playing really good defense, and, you know, I'm not going to get that many chances to, you know, drive down the field with one play, so I had to take the risk, and it worked out for me.
Well, you're in a tough bracket. I mean, it was a tough final, but you ended up making it out. But the NFC South in general has a lot of great players. You saw Tobin play. He's excited about, you know, he has a lot of credit to you. What are your prospects for the club in general and facing some great competitors?
I mean, we're going to have a lot of different schemes, depending on who comes out of the Colts. I'm pretty sure a unique scheme. You know, we've got Pawnee. He runs a weird scheme. Little Man, he has his own scheme. But Tobin's a pass-heavy player. Jay Mills is a run-heavy player. So I'm going to have to be prepared for both. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, you put the lab in, and somebody you probably have fun watching as well who you lab with, your brother earlier on. What was that like to just be out here, sit back, watch him play? Were you more nervous than him, you think, for him?
Honestly, that was like the weirdest feeling ever. Like, I never like experienced like watching, like, because my brother was watching me all the time in the tournaments, and that was just a weird feeling, like watching him. It was like I wanted him to win so bad, but, you know, it was sad that he couldn't get it done. Yeah,
unfortunate there, but at least you will be there. He'll be able to watch you again. You're going to join us tomorrow as well over on the desk, so we'll be hanging out with you. Thanks a lot, Drini. He's been great for us. He's won the championship for the Jaguars.